welcome to Derby Date Night, Junior Roller Derby Edition. We are coming to you live from Indianapolis, Indiana, where we are only a few miles away from Taylor Swift. Instead of Taylor, we get to stream a great game of roller derby today. Our home team is Indianapolis Junior Roller Derby out of Indianapolis, Indiana. They will be taking on Nashville Junior Roller Derby from Nashville, Kentucky. I'm Aria Kidding Me, and you've got me on the mic today, giving you all the play-by-play action and corny jokes you've come to love. I'm joined by Sirius Lee, my forever date night and technical producer-director, guy who hits buttons behind the scenes. Our kids, LOL and OMG, have stayed home today to take care of the dogs. That's right, we have 2 of them now. More on that in a minute. So it's a parents' day out filled with roller derby and a break from the brand new puppy. And of course, we have to say a special hello to all of our third wheels joining us on our date in the chat today. Whether this is your first time tuning in or you are a full-fledged member, we welcome you to our stream. Take a second and let us know where you are from and who you are rooting for today. Every Derby Date Night, we tell jokes when there is a break in the action, and today is no different. Sirius and I did something crazy a week ago and got a new puppy. His name is Tater Tot. So our lives have been filled with slobbery kisses, cute puppy dog eyes, and sleepless nights. Because we seem to be all in on the dog theme in our personal lives, we wanted to bring you along on our dog-themed journey with dog jokes today. Some of them might be a little rough, but we hope you howl with laughter. Ow! You can find Derby Date Night on YouTube, also on Instagram and Facebook. Like and subscribe to find out where you can join us next. You can also find Derby Date Night merch on our website, derbydatenight.com. We are getting ready to launch our 2024 concert tee, which is a list of all the games we did this year on the back, and on the front, a slogan that says, I was on Derby Date Night in 2024. Be on the lookout so you can be one of the first to get one of those shirts. And if you want to become an official third wheel member of our community, you can subscribe right here on YouTube to get perks like member icons, exclusive emojis, and on-screen shout-outs. Speaking of, memberships and donations help us continue to bring live roller derby to our community. So whether it's through the form of sending super chats, buying merch, or even becoming an official member of the Third Wheels, we are so appreciative to all of our supporters. We want to give a special shout-out to all of our members. On the screen right now, you can see our practice squad members. Thank you so much, all of you, for your help and support of our channel. We appreciate you so much. We've also got our charter team. Y'all are so wonderful, and we cannot express our thanks enough to all of you. And finally, last but certainly not least, our all-star members who are all in on supporting this channel and being there for us through all the games that we've been doing. We appreciate all of you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Many of you have asked how you can support us. These are all different ways to keep our streams going. Your donations help us keep our gear in tip-top shape, keep me caffeinated, and help us be able to travel further to be able to cover more teams. With that being said, let's talk about who we are going to be seeing today. On the home team, in black, Indianapolis Junior Roller Derby All-Stars, we have 00 Angel of Anger, 014 Evil C, 09 Punky Bruiser, 1021 Rapunzel, 12 Ghost, 1312 Death Pixie, 1650 Lil Patience, 23 Pepper Spray, 24 Snow Fright, 263 Soul Crusher, 67 Mad Max, 72 Poison Dart Frog, 77 Dirty Dingus McDuck, and 94 Lily Hammer. IJRD is coached by Eric, Elise, Ellie, Crash, and Half Pint of Dynamite. Nashville Roller Derby in blue today, the Nashvillens. I love that name, Nashvillens. It's great. 10 Mac Attack, 101 Roadrunner, 139 Calamity, 14 Do Grit, 141 Poison Ivy, 143 Q-Zilla, 180 Ewig, 1975 Frankenherder, 4 Raging Cajun, 444 Felony, 50 Hurricane, 615 Lethally Blonde, 666 Little Devil, 814 Lunar Flare. They are coached by Brandon, Brawley Parton, and Diz. And with that, the game has begun, and Nashville has come out with an early lead jammer here, with the Nashvillens taking that first lead jam. Evil C jamming for IJRD is through the pack, but not before Felony, the lead jammer for Nashville, gets through for 4 points and calls the jam. Evil C with a late little apex jump at the end to try and grab some points, but was not able to steal any. So Nashville will start with a 4-0 lead. It's a beautiful day today here in Indianapolis. It's a little chilly in the warehouse, but just a really nice day outside for everybody attending the Taylor Swift concert. And for those of us inside the warehouse, we're nice and cool. The heat is not too bad here. We are getting ready for our second jam now. We've got Punky Bruiser for IJRD All-Stars and Roadrunner for Nashville. Roadrunner is through for lead jammer for Nashville. Punky Bruiser trying to sweep around the outside, getting stopped by a blocker over there. Stretching that pack out at the front. Punky is through as Roadrunner comes in on a scoring pass, takes a tumble to the inside line and calls the jam. Taking a minute to get back up, but is able to do so and is headed back over to the bench with the rest of the team. Getting a quick start here. No points scored by either team on that last jam. Oh, one was stolen by Nashville there. Good job. Well, not stolen. They just earned it before they called it off. All right. Nashville jammer pushed to the outside and being forced to the back. All-Stars Ghost for Indianapolis was pushed to the inside and forced back. Ghost tiptoeing up the inside, finds that space and gets the first lead jam of the half for IJRD. Is going to be followed closely by Calamity, the Nashville jammer of record. Both jammers racing to the pack, trying to grab some points. Ghost hits the pack, has not called the jam off. Both jammers are currently scoring points. Ghost takes a hit to the inside. Calamity takes a hit to the outside. Ghost up on those tiptoes, gets through for 4 points on those toe stops. Calamity following has also gotten 4 points of their own. The pack getting ready for both these jammers to come back in. It is still Ghost's game, and they can call it if they choose to, but do not. We're going to run this one right now. Both jammers in the pack. Calamity seeing a space on the inside, dashes to the inside to grab 4 points for the Nashvillans. Ghost getting pushed to the outside, is headed over to the trash can, not feeling so well. Calamity continuing to jam, and Calamity calls the jam? Calamity wasn't lead. Did Ghost call the jam from the side? Little bit of confusion here. Looks like the refs are discussing something. I couldn't see Ghost, so I'm not sure if Ghost actually called it, because I did see Calamity putting her hands on her hips, but Calamity was not lead. Ghost was. So that was interesting. But Nashville up 16-6 now after 3 jams. As we start this next jam, we have got Evil C and Felony jamming against each other. Felony is through for Nashville as lead jammer. Evil C with a huge hit on the pivot for Nashville to get through. As Felony engages the pack on a first scoring pass, Felony gets through, grabs those 4 points, and calls the jam off. Punky Bruiser on the line for IJRD. Penalty box is staying pretty empty, it looks like. Whenever I say that, it always jinxes things. And we've got Felony on the line for Nashville. Felony's been pretty successful so far on picking up lead jammer. Let's see if that trend continues. Felony trying to find an opening on the outside. Gets caught but makes it through for lead jammer for Nashville. Punky Bruiser is about half a track behind following Felony. Felony is approaching the pack on a first scoring pass here. Takes a hit to the outside from IJRD pivot and calls the jam. After grabbing, it looks like more than 1 point. It looks like 3 points for Nashville. And a timeout is being called by the officials, looks like. Well, since we're going to have a short timeout, that means I get to start telling some of my dog jokes. Sirius, are you ready? We've been talking about dogs for an entire week with our new puppy, and now we get to do dog jokes. We just can't get away from it, can we? I can't take my dog down to the local pond anymore because the ducks keep attacking him. It's my fault. I chose a purebred dog. Come on. No, it wasn't bad. It's funny because ducks like bread. What's the best way to stop your dog from barking in the front yard? This is really good advice, serious. Put him in the backyard. Okay, fine. We'll go back to Derby. I do have more jokes, though. Don't you worry. Evil C, captain for IJRD on the line. Lining up against Poison Ivy from Nashville. Evil C finding that space with a couple hops to get through for lead jammer for IJRD. Poison Ivy has that star off, taking a hit to the inside from Lilyhammer. Whoo, Evil C, beautiful getting through there for 4 points for IJRD. Evil C back in the pack and weaving their way through to get around is through. Meanwhile, Poison Ivy has gotten out of the pack and is chasing Evil C down. This is the most successful jam IJRD has had so far this half. Evil C coming into the pack, grabbing those. I think he got all 4 points there, but Nashville was able to grab 4 of their own. But IJRD outscoring Nashville there by 8 points, so bringing that total 18-27. Punky Bruiser on the line for IJRD and Felony again for Nashville. Felony takes a hit to the inside, is getting pulled back by Soul Crusher. Punky Bruiser trying to use brute strength to get through a Nashville tripod at the front. Felony re-engaging in the pack again. Penalty being called on somebody as the Nashville pivot comes back in. It looks like the IJRD pivot was called on a penalty. So a little pivot switcheroo there. That jam ended as I believe Felony got lead but did not get out of the pack. Punky Bruiser did get out of the pack until Felony decided to call it. So nobody was able to score any points in that jam. We will start this next jam down a skater as the IJRD pivot will be waiting in the box. We've got Ghost on the line for IJRD and we have Roadrunner taking the star for the first time for Nashville. Roadrunner finding space on the inside, comes out as lead jammer for Nashville. Ghost is, Roadrunner got a penalty there. What was that penalty for? I am blind, serious. Forearm. So this is now a power jam for IJRD and Ghost. This is also going to be a 2-minute jam as Roadrunner was lead when they went to the penalty box. So this will be a 2-minute jam as nobody will be lead and able to call it off. Ghost is in the pack. That pack is moving, but it has been hard for Ghost to get through. Just took a huge hit from Mac Attack on the outside line there, who's going to be pulling Ghost all the way to the back. Roadrunner is out of the penalty box and headed back in as another one of her teammates is headed to the penalty box. So we are down 1 blocker for Nashville, and we'll start the next jam with only 3 Nashville blockers out on the floor. But both jammers, I believe, are in the clear, so we will start with both jammers out there. We've got Felony again. Felony is going out like every other jam right now. That's endurance right there. Those juniors sometimes are able to do that. It should be illegal. Why? Because her name is Felony? Oh, serious. You should leave the jokes to me. Felony committing some more crimes, getting through as lead jammer. I think legally, otherwise she'd be in the penalty box. Evil C, though, was able to get out and is chasing Felony down. Felony does this beautiful dip on the outside, getting low and grabbing points and calling the jam before IJRD can respond. Our score now 31-22. That last jam with the penalties on the jammers really changed things up a little bit. Nashville was starting to pull away, but IJRD was able to catch up with that penalty on Roadrunner in that last jam, so Ghost was able to take advantage of that and get some points there for IJRD. Punky Bruiser on the line for IJRD, and Poison Ivy for Nashville. Oh, Strader, hi! I heard that you are at a wedding today, so I hope that it is absolutely beautiful, and hopefully you're able to sneak a little watch in here as we are streaming live from the warehouse. So proud of you, and of course, special shout out to Rapunzel. We will happily shout out Rapunzel for you, Strader. Missing you today and hoping you're having a great time. Poison Ivy is lead. Abby Dunfield says, thanks for streaming. Hi, Abby. It's great to see you. Welcome. We're always happy to have you here, and we love having you guys participate in the chat, too, because it gives me somebody to talk to besides Sirius, honestly. Poison Ivy is through for 4 more points for Nashville, bringing that total to 8. Punky is struggling, does have the star off, but is not going to be able to pass it because Lilyhammer, the pivot, is headed to the box. Punky did get through, though, and is putting that star back on, but Poison Ivy is currently in the pack on a 3rd scoring pass as Punky comes around, and that jam is called before any points are scored. So Nashville, again, pulling away with that score. But still not too far. We're still at under 50. We're not even 15 minutes into the game at this point. We've got 19 minutes left. Roadrunner on the line for Nashville and Ghost for IJRD. This is the same pair that was up there when we had that little jammer do-si-do the last time, so we'll see if that happens again. Hopefully not. Nobody likes it when jammers go to the penalty box, except for blockers who want to break. Ghost looking for that space on the outside. Roadrunner kind of stuck at the back, but weaving back and forth, trying to break up. Wonderful little tripod there of IJRD blockers, holding Roadrunner down, making it very difficult to get through. Ghost stuck in a tripod of their own, sweeping to the inside, does find that space and gets out, but not before Roadrunner. So Roadrunner is about a quarter track in front of Ghost. Roadrunner slams into the pack and immediately calls it. I think grabbed 2 points there for Nashville. That looked like such a hard hit when Roadrunner came in. I was like, oh, it hurt me. And I'm just sitting here watching. They're made of rubber. Yes, I know. Every time I watch the juniors, I'm like, oh, those are things that would hurt us as adults a lot. I mean, what the adults do does too, but what the juniors can do, it's like nothing. They really are made of rubber. Okay, Evil C lined up for IJRD, and Calamity. Oh, I love that name. Calamity for Nashville. Calamity, quick lead jammer there. Evil C not going to let that one go for too long. He is racing behind Calamity. Calamity does decide to call the jam as the pack sped up, and Calamity realized, you know what, we're probably both going to score points here, so I'm just going to call it. Punky Bruiser coming out on the line again with the star on, and Felony with the endurance of a saint. Like, oh my goodness. I don't know, the endurance of what's something that, Roadrunner. Well, Roadrunner's another skater. Endurance of what's the thing that has a lot, I don't know, chat, you can help me out if you can think of. Oh, a brand new puppy. Although our puppy does crash quickly, so I don't know if that would be a good one. All right, Felony is out as lead jammer. Punky getting pushed to the outside, goes down, but only on one hand, and you are allowed to stay in bounds if you only go, if you only go out by one hand. That little woo from me was because Felony came in. Everybody was so focused on Punky on the outside that Felony was able to come in and do a little apex jump on the inside and grab 4 points, and has now grabbed another 4 for Nashville. Punky has that star off, is still struggling to find space as the Nashville pivot is headed to the penalty box. Felony coming through for another 4 points for Nashville. That star has been passed to Soul Crusher, who will now be the jammer for IJRD. Soul Crusher speeding around to try and snag some points. Was not able to snag any, not without some effort though. Nashville was able to score 12 points in that last jam. They've gone over the 50 mark, All-Stars at 22. With 15 minutes left, we're about halfway through this first half. We've got a quick little shout out on Nashville. Looks like Lunar Flare and Frankenfurter. Shout out to Mad Mayhem Junior Roller Derby. So hi to all of you watching from Mad Mayhem Junior Roller Derby. And that little whistle means we're in another official timeout, which means more dog jokes. Why did the dog chase his own tail? He was trying to make ends meet. Our puppy hasn't chased his tail, but he chews on everything, and we've caught him chewing on his own tail a couple times, not realizing that that's what he was chewing on. What's a dog's favorite mode of transportation? A wagon. Is their tails? No. No. Why do dogs tend to run in circles? Because it's really hard to run in squares. They might be good at Derby, you know, because Derby's in a circle.
No, it's not a circle, actually. It's an oval.
Mary Goff says, let's go, Soul Crusher. So proud of you. Thanks for streaming so I can watch. Absolutely. I hope there's some people out there from Nashville watching and who are getting to watch their skaters do their thing and cheer them on. So we always encourage you to support us. And if you want us to put your shout out on the screen, you can also send us a super chat. Any proceeds go to helping our stream keep going. But you also can be able to have your skater, when they're rewatching this, they can see their name up on the screen, which is always kind of fun. Mary, let me show everybody real quick what that looks like when you do a super chat. So we'll put Mary's up on the screen here, if I can. So that's what that looks like when you send a super chat. We put it up on the screen so that they can see it later, which is always a fun thing. So thanks to you all for being here. Hi, Tailfeather. Good to see ya. Always excited to have you in the chat. All right, Roadrunner is lead. Looks like Lilyhammer has taken the star and is forcing that call off. Nashville has scored another 8 points there in that jam, bringing their total to 68. So Tailfeather is saying BBJRD wishes both teams good luck. I love it when junior teams are supporting each other. Always fun. We've only got, as far as I know, one skater who is currently at the Taylor Swift concert tonight and so is not skating. So we all hope that Mighty Mouse from IJRD has a fabulous time at the Taylor Swift concert, which none of the rest of us could get tickets to. But regardless, we wouldn't want to go because we want to be here for Derby, because that's more fun than a Taylor Swift concert, right? Evil C getting no, not lead jammer. He is in front of Poison Ivy, but Poison Ivy is the current lead jammer. That pack is going so fast, it has sped up. And unfortunately for Poison Ivy, they do have to call that jam off. But that was fun. I don't see packs speed up like that very much anymore. That's always a little bit of fun to watch that speed derby. When I was a blocker and that used to happen, I was like, oh no. And the goal, I was always like, I just can't be the last one. I just can't be the last one. Rocket Man is rooting for Calamity. Felony on the line again, up against Punky Bruiser. This is a pair we've seen a couple times. Felony takes a push to the outside, but recovers well and gets through for lead jammer. Punky Bruiser just has one to get past, and a very, very nice catch there by, who is that? What is her number? I think that might have been Little Devil with that catch. Yep, it was. Little Devil. That was a beautiful catch on Punky Bruiser, which kept her from getting out, which helped Felony score 4 points for Nashville. But now Punky Bruiser is chasing down Felony. So let's see if Felony is going to try to grab a few more points before calling it. She does so. Beautiful. That was a clinic right there. Just going right through, grabbing those points and calling it before any points can be scored by the other team. Speaking of Rocket Man, now you can see Calamity jamming in this next jam up against Pepper Spray on the line for the first time as a jammer in this game. I like that name too, Pepper Spray. It sounds cute but violent. Which is exactly what you want in Derby, right? Not like violent. You know, we're controlled violent. Calamity is through for lead jammer for Nashville, but Pepper Spray also was able to get through. It is about half a track behind as these jammers are racing to the pack. And Calamity decides to call that jam. No points are able to be scored by IJRD, bringing our total Nashville 76 to IJRD's 22. Oh, but Nashville wasn't able to get any either. She had to call it a little bit earlier, so good job on IJRD for chasing her down. Evil C on the line for IJRD and Roadrunner. That is such a great name. Because, you know, the Roadrunner's really fast. He goes, meep, meep. Now we need somebody who's Wile E. Coyote to be the other jammer. That would be so funny. And then people in the audience can hold signs. Both jammers fighting to get through. Evil C with pure brute force pushes his way through to grab lead jammer for IJRD. Roadrunner is, headed to the penalty box. This is an opportunity here for IJRD as Evil C comes through for 4 points for Indianapolis, and Roadrunner waits in the penalty box. We have 10 minutes left in this first half. This is such a great opportunity as Nashville has really started to run away with this score. Evil C has now gotten 8 points, is going to be trying to grab another 4 while Roadrunner continues to wait. He busts through the pack and gets another 4 points, but also gets a penalty. This will be a shenana jam as these jammers will be switching spots. Roadrunner was already coming out of the box, so Evil C will sit for the full 30 seconds. Roadrunner now in the pack. This jam will go the full 2 minutes. We've got 53 seconds left in this jam as Roadrunner now will have the opportunity to score points. Roadrunner, I don't think was through her initial when she went to the penalty box, so will not be scoring points until after the until after she can get through all 4 blockers on her initial, which has not happened yet. Oh, there she is. She is through. No points scored. Evil C back from the penalty box with an apex jump to grab another 4 points. Roadrunner now entering the pack on her first scoring pass with 18 seconds left, gets pushed to the outside. Evil C has scored 12 points so far, going for 16 and grabs it, getting 16 points with 7 seconds left in this jam. Roadrunner was able to get through for 4 points of their own. And that jam comes to its natural conclusion, but very successful jam for IJRD. Official review being called, and I would not be surprised. We're going to do, what do we call it, Sirius? Speculation? My speculation is that when Evil C came out of the penalty box, I think he did an apex jump over here, but I don't know that he landed it. And I bet you they're trying to see whether or not that apex jump was legal or not. So Eric, Roller Derby 24/7, he's also streaming, I think, from behind the penalty box if you want to see his stream with no sound. But if you want to put our stream up and then his stream up on another TV, it can be like it's in surround. But Eric may come into the chat and let us know what is being requested to be reviewed here, and we'll see if my speculation was correct. Although I don't see Eric typing right now, so maybe one of the refs will come over and tell us. His phone, oh yeah, his phone is streaming, so he can't be typing to me. That's a good point. When you're streaming, you can't tell me things. So yeah. I guess I'll just have to wait for them to come over. But they told me that they would, so while we wait for them to discuss what it is they saw or didn't see, let me tell some more dog jokes. What kind of dog never throws anything away? A hoarder collie. Why are dogs terrible dancers? Because they have 2 left feet. Yes, we have one of our camera people, Christy Lee, who's helping us out, also a mom who can actually see Sirius's reactions, and sometimes you all don't get the benefit. You just get to hear me describe his reactions, but when you can actually see his reaction, oh. Yeah, the eyeballs. The eyeballs get big, and they definitely, Sirius has some good eye reactions. We should get a camera on you at some point. All right. Eric Roller Derby 24/7 is saying they wanted a low block on Black 014, so that would be Evil C. So I guess it wasn't maybe the low block happened after the jump. Maybe my speculation, I'll make it halfway right this way. But yeah, so it looks like they want to get a penalty on the jammer for IJRD, which when I used to be a coach, that's kind of what I would usually try to do with my official reviews is if I could get a penalty on a jammer, that's always a good way to try and start with a power jam. Oh, my favorite thing is happening right now. The penalty lineup what is that position called? Do we remember what that position is called? The jam timer. Jam timer is showing us that there's an official review, and the skaters have decided to join in. So we have five skaters and one jam timer showing us that we have an official review. Are they all going to just stand there very seriously for this official review? It's oh, now it's only 4 of them. I love it. It's great. It's so fun. Except for the only one totally being serious right now, I think, is Ghost and our jam timer, Mr. Bruised Guy, who is also the head NSO. The other 3 are trying to be serious, but I think it's hard to be super serious when we're hanging out with our friends playing roller derby. So super fun. The refs are taking a while to talk about this one. Wondering what's going to be happening. All right. Since they have not indicated they're going to be making a decision anytime soon, that means I get to tell another dog joke. The secret to life is to handle every situation like a dog. If you can't play with it, eat it, or bury it, just pee on it and walk away. Okay. Mm-hmm.
We established that it was a dual initiation, so there is no comment.
Yep, got it. Thank you so much. All right, so I got the dirt from the ref crew, and they are not going to retain their review. Black 014 will not get a penalty for that back block on the blue blocker because they believed it was a dual initiation, and that is what is going to be. Yes, and often, Tail Feathers is often both teams will join. It's one of my favorite things when I see everybody joining the jam timer because the poor jam timer usually tries to stay as serious as they possibly can. And it's like the teams have this goal to break them. Like they want to break them. And these jam timers do such a good job. They're like, nope, I am going to be. And I will tell you, Mr. Bruce Guy, who's the current jam timer, I think that he's a tough one. He's going to be tough to break. I don't know if anybody could. I also think one of our refs, or one of our skating refs, are you noticing, Sirius? He has a GoPro on his helmet. So I would really love to see the footage from this GoPro on his head. He's the jam ref in the middle right now, who is currently pointing at Poison Ivy, who's the lead jammer for Nashville. So I would love to see some footage from his GoPro helmet. That's so cool. So cool. All right, that jam is called off. IJRD was able to sneak a couple points in there, bringing their total to 40. Nashville is now at 88. 8 minutes left in this half. See how good I'm doing, Sirius, at saying left in the half instead of left in the game like I usually do? And then I make you completely panic. Okay, we have got Felony on the line again, up against Pepper Spray. There's a little bit of confusion at the beginning, and nobody was moving for a second, but now the pack is moving, and both jammers are trying to find space somewhere. Pepper Spray working those hips around to get through and grab lead jammer for Nashville. Pepper Spray getting pulled to the back, taking a huge hit there from Lunar Flare, who is going to make life difficult for Pepper Spray as Pepper Spray is continuing to push against these strong blockers from Nashville. Felony is through. Oh, that's the name of the ref, General Lee Wong. That's a great name. I love it. Oh! Oh, big hit there from Mac Attack on Pepper Spray, who continues to struggle to find that space. Felony has made it out and has gotten 8 points so far. Coming around for some more. Lilyhammer pivot from IJRD was ready, but Felony was able to juke around and get through. No pack being called, which means they cannot keep hitting after that no pack. So somebody, looks like Lilyhammer headed to the penalty box again after that no pack. Everybody, did 3 people just go to the penalty box at the same time? I think that might have been what just happened. So is this a power jam? Did Pepper Spray go to the box too? That was a beautiful apex jump by Felony there to grab those 4 points. And this is, I believe, a power jam for Nashville. No, it isn't. Pepper Spray did get through. So Pepper Spray, great work. Oh my goodness, I would have thrown up by now. Like, that's a lot of hard work. That is so difficult what Pepper Spray just did. Great job getting through. Felony with a jump gets through as that jam is ended, but that was the highest scoring jam so far in this first half with 20 points for the Nashvilleans. 6 minutes left in this first half. That one made me tired. I don't know why that jam specifically. Did that jam make you tired too? Like, I'm tired after that one. That was a long one. Okay, but you don't get much of a break. And if somebody doesn't, why are you cozying up in a hoodie, Sirius? I think Sirius got cold at some point. Because I'm talking, I'm not cold anymore. I feel great. Evil C getting pulled all the way to the back by Hurricane from Nashville. And while that was happening, Calamity got through at the front to become lead jammer for Nashville. Calamity coming around on a first scoring pass. Evil C is now through and is about half a lap away from the pack. Calamity has gotten through, grabbed 4 points, and does call the jam before Evil C can score any points. Want to give a great big shout out to our camera helpers. Christy Lee right here next to me, who gets to listen to all my great or not so great jokes. And Heath is over on turn 3. We are so appreciative to parents who are willing to help out and grab the cameras. We also have some parents out there serving as NSOs, non-skating officials. So, and even a couple parents who are on skates and skating officials. And I'll give you their names in just a second after this jam. That is Roadrunner there, who is lead jammer for Nashville. Punky Bruiser jamming for IJRD is gotten pushed to the outside and has that star in hand. Roadrunner with a spin takes a hit to the outside and is going to be forced back. Currently controls this jam and is being forced to recycle. Does not look like she is going to be calling it. Punky still stuck at the back with a really strong Nashville tripod. That pack is starting to stretch out. Roadrunner is through for another 4 points. Lilyhammer headed to the penalty box again. We might want to look at penalties when we get close to the end of the half here, Sirius, if you want to get those ready. The star was not passed. Punky just did get through. Roadrunner sees that and decides to call the jam. Nashville's total, I think, 8 in that one. They are now at 120 to IJRD's 43. I told you I would thank some of our NSOs and head officials. Mr. Bruise Guy is our head NSO, joined by Bon Appetit, Higgs, Heather Hernandez, Sarah Knapp, Cameron Smith, Brenda Allen, Bam, Holly McClure, and Jennifer Stonebreaker. And our skating officials, our head official is Tough Tone, who is joined by Richie Cranium, Harley Sin, Darth Blue, General Lee Wong, Repeat, and Amelia. General Lee Wong and Repeat are both from Nashville. And as I said, many of our officials are from our parents, which is so great that you can play derby together and then you can call a penalty on your own child. Super fun. Oh, you want to show me some penalties, Sirius? Lovely. Okay. So IJRD looking pretty good. Lilyhammer, yeah, I was worried because I've seen Lily go to the penalty box a few times. And Nashville's just sharing the love. Almost everybody's got one, or a couple people have 2. But like I always say, you get 6 for free. If you get 7, then your game is done. So the only one really in danger, one skater from IJRD, as we run to the bottom of the first half after we have a 10 or 15-minute halftime. Not sure how long we will come back for the second half of this game. And we thank you for joining us today. If you have not subscribed to Derby Date Night, we would always love you to click that subscribe button so you can know where we are headed next. We like to give you what we think is some of the best roller derby in the Midwest, not quite beyond yet. So far we've made it to 2 states, Kentucky and Indiana. We've almost made it to Illinois. We've talked to a few people from Ohio. We went to Michigan, but that wasn't Derby Date Night. So currently, we are the best streaming roller derby in 2 states. And maybe someday some more, but definitely Indiana. We've got Indiana locked down a little bit. So Poison Ivy is your lead jammer for Nashville. Little Patience is just getting through now for IJRD and will be chasing Poison Ivy down. Poison Ivy currently engaged in the pack, getting slowed down a little bit. Getting pulled. Oh, looks like Poison Ivy has lost lead. And this will be a 2-minute jam. Poison Ivy is headed to the box. Little Patience was able to get out of the pack and is now coming around on a scoring pass with a power jam. So Little Patience will now have 30 seconds to try and score as many points as she can before Poison Ivy comes out of that penalty box. Little Patience is through for 4 points. That brings her total to 8 as Poison Ivy waits in the penalty box. Little Patience coming around again, assessing the situation and seeing where she can find any space. These blockers are fully focused on defense right now. No pack being called, so those IJRD blockers need to come up and join the pack, and they do so, playing a little bit of offense to try and help Little Patience get through. Looks like Lilyhammer headed to the box again. Oh dear. Poison Ivy now standing in the penalty box, so this power jam will be ending shortly. Little Patience getting pulled to the back by Lethally Blonde from Nashville. Poison Ivy back in the pack now, both jammers engaged in the pack. Poison Ivy took a small hit out to the inside, recovered well back to the middle and is through, but gets a track cut penalty for a second penalty as this jam is ending. So IJRD will have a 30-second power jam start in this next jam, which could be the last jam of the first half. So we've got 1.5 minutes left in this first half. Evil C on the line as the only jammer for IJRD, as I think that was that Poison Ivy? I think it's Poison Ivy who's in the box. So Poison Ivy will have to, remember, Poison Ivy, official review being called by IJRD. I might have to ask Eric later about that one, because here's what I'm thinking. Well, okay, junior skaters don't really get tired, so maybe I'm thinking too much like an adult. Because I was thinking that since Poison Ivy skated that whole jam, that Poison Ivy might be kind of tired, and so, like, let's keep going. But Eric is probably calling this official review on something he's pretty darn sure he saw. So we'll see. We'll see what he's requesting. We'll find out in just a minute. But while we wait, I have more jokes to tell you. What did the police officer do when he saw a dog giving birth on the side of the road? He gave her a ticket for littering. Because it's a litter of puppies. What do you call a wild dog that meditates? An aware wolf. I did the meditation symbol just for you at home who can't see me. I'm How did the dog get from Boston to New York? He took a Greyhound, silly. How does a Japanese Chihuahua say hello? I'll tell you the answer in a second. I'm about to find out something. Okay, thank you very much. So I stand corrected here. IJRD was asking for a failure to leave the track, and from that jammer when they got the penalty, and IJRD will retain that penalty, and that jammer will now be sitting for half of this next jam. So for 1 full minute, Poison Ivy will be sitting in the penalty box while we do this next jam. Yep, got it. Thank you. Jeremiah, time to watch some awesome Derby action. Thanks, DDN. You are so welcome. We are grateful to have you here. But I have to get back to my joke before we start Derby again. How does a because I know you all care most about the jokes. Like, that's the most important thing. How does a Japanese Chihuahua say hello? Konnichiwa. Serious, you laughed at that one. All right, back to Derby. Power jam for 1 full minute here. Evil Seas, oh, beautiful swing to the outside. He just pulled all those Nashville skaters to the inside and then quickly went to the outside and just swung around gracefully to grab lead jammer. Now on a scoring pass, Evil Sea is through for 4 points for IJRD. And coming around again. Oh, he tried to only put one hand down, but that second hand went down. If only one hand goes down, he can come back in. But because he had 2 hands out of bounds, he did have to get recycled to the back, but was able to get through for another 4 points for IJRD, bringing us to 63 points for IJRD. Poison Ivy now standing in the penalty box, so less than 10 seconds remaining on this minute-long penalty. Evil Sea trying to, oh, beautiful tips, tippy toes on the inside line. Our period clock is running out, so this will likely be the last jam of the first half. Evil Sea is through for another 4 points for IJRD. Poison Ivy, meanwhile, has come out of the box immediately past the star to 10, Mac Attack, who now has made it out of the pack. It is chasing down Evil Sea, who, ooh, with a beautiful hit to get through and grab all 4 points at the end of that jam. That will take us to intermission. What a fun first half. These skaters have been doing such a great job. Some of the skaters just went back out. They were like, let's keep playing. And we will. In 15 minutes, we will be back for one more half of roller derby here on Taylor Swift's day in Indiana. Maybe she'll show up in the second half. I don't know. We'll have to keep our eyes out. We'll be right back. welcome back to Derby Date Night Junior Roller Derby Edition. You are joining us for the second half of our game between Indianapolis Junior Roller Derby and the Nashville Nashvillans from Nashville Roller Derby. We are only a couple miles away from Taylor Swift, who is performing in her Eras concert tonight, and we are busy doing roller derby. I was wondering if she might stop by, but I think she might be a little bit busy. So we're going to be doing another quick equipment check, which is something different from adult roller derby. The junior roller derby leagues all do an equipment check right before they play, both in the first half and the second half. We have been enjoying this very fun game between IJRD and Nashville. The current score, Nashville 120 to IJRD's 71. I'm going to surprise Sirius and ask him to pull up the penalties before we get started here. He was not quite ready for that, but lovely to see you all here in the chat. If you are enjoying this game, we ask you to subscribe to our channel. You just hit that little subscribe button. It is free. We will not charge you to watch our games. You can see some of the games we have done, some of the games we're going to do. As you can see on the penalty board, Lilyhammer is sitting at 6. So going into the second half, Lilyhammer's going to have to be real careful because one more penalty, and that means she will be done for the day. But other than that, nobody else too high on penalties. And Nashville continuing to spread it out. Everybody having a little. The only one in any penalty trouble on the Nashville side is Poison Ivy as we start the second half. Something I always wished when I was a skater is that penalties would start over after one half, but unfortunately they go for the whole game. With that being said, if you look at your friends in the chat, you'll notice that some people's names are a different color and they have a little wheel next to them, a roller derby skate wheel, and those are our members. If you want to be a member, you can click on something, the money sign. Is it that? Yeah, and then there are options there for you to become a member. We have lots of different levels, and you get things like exclusive emojis, special shout outs at the beginning of games, and other member special perks, and big shout outs and thank yous. Carl, who is in the chat right now, is demonstrating some of our emojis that we have. We should be designing some new ones for next season as we get ready for 2025 as well. With that, we are back into the action here. Punky Bruiser and Felony on the line for their respective teams. Felony grabbing that quick lead jammer to start off the second half. Punky Bruiser is sweeping from side to side as Felony comes through, weaving through the pack to grab 4 points for Nashville. Punky takes a hit to the outside and looks like a Nashville blocker headed to the box. Felony through the pack for another 4. Punky still with that star in hand, doing some side skating beautifully up on one leg there to get out of the pack, is through as Felony goes through the pack for another 4 points. Punky is approaching the pack on a first scoring pass, and Felony decides to call the jam, preventing IJRD from scoring any points. Sirius and I were just saying this feels like such a short day because the last game, was it the last one we did that was the quadruple header? So yeah, the last time we did this, we did 4 games in a row. So we were sitting and eating snacks all day. Speaking of, thank you so much to Eric, Roller Derby 24/7, and Angel, who have brought us a smorgasbord of wonderful snacks for us to enjoy while we do this. But this is only one game today, so we're just here. It's going to be short and sweet, and we are going to get out of Indianapolis before the traffic gets too bad with the Taylor Swift concert. You know, she's creating traffic jams, really. And we have to get back to the puppy, of course. Our brand new golden doodle puppy is waiting at home for us. And the kids are in charge, which is always a little scary. Roadrunner is lead jammer in the pack right now on a scoring pass. Roadrunner is through for 4 points. Snow Fright jamming for the first time for IJRD. I'm looking. Snow Fright has got the star in hand and is pushing. Has not passed it to the pivot at this point. Pulling that pack apart at the front, trying to make that pack stretch out. Instead, it is Roadrunner who does exactly that to IJRD to get through for another 4 points. Evil C has now taken the star. No, not Evil C. Soul Crusher has now taken the star for IJRD and has gotten through and will be chasing down Roadrunner, who is through the pack on another 4 points. Roadrunner getting a a penalty for a back block. So this will now be a power jam for Soul Crusher, who is a pivot turned jammer for this jam and will be going for the next 35 seconds as the jammer for IJRD, and currently on a power jam situation. Has scored 4 points so far, looking to score a few more before Roadrunner's penalty is over. Nice apex jump, but falls a little bit at the end and is going to be pulled back here. Looks like that one was a little bit painful. Soul Crusher re-entering to engage the pack as Roadrunner is standing in the penalty box. Soul Crusher cannot pass the star because he was the pivot. Roadrunner getting out of the box, takes a little tumble at the front of the pack, but that jam comes to its natural conclusion, and the penalty box has now emptied out. We're gonna start this next jam with everybody out there, a full pack of both teams and 2 jammers. We've got Evil C on the line for IJRD, and Calamity is lined up for Nashville. Calamity sneaking over to the outside, grabs lead jammer for Nashville. Evil C is trying to find space as well and does so, coming out about half a track behind. Calamity calling the jam. I don't think did she sneak any points there? I don't think so. Nobody was able to score any points. Punky Bruiser on the line for IJRD, and Poison Ivy for Nashville. About to start this next jam. I think the penalty box looks empty from my angle. Poison Ivy swinging that pack back and forth. Punky Bruiser taking up an opportunity of some blank space, Taylor Swift joke, to get through for lead jammer. It's not funny when you laugh at your own jokes before you even got into the punchline. Punky is getting rotated to the back, calls the jam, and I think, Punky grabbed all 4 points there, bringing their score to 83 for IJRD. I want to use the blank space joke for the rest of the game. You don't understand blank space? Christy Lee, do you understand if I say they're finding blank space, so that's a Taylor Swift joke? Blank space, it's a Taylor Swift joke. See, she doesn't get it either. It's okay. No Swifties in this corner besides a little bit me. T Swift is not played in your family very often. Oh, a quick lead jammer there by Evil C from IJRD. Felony is out of the pack, about 3/4 of a track behind Evil C as the pack is speeding up. Evil C with a nice hit to weave through that pack, getting past everybody, grabbing all 4 points, and calling the jam, keeping Nashville scoreless on that jam, bringing All-Stars total to 87 with 24 minutes left in this second half. This is a quick start to the second half here. Roadrunner lined up for IJRD, and Punky Bruiser. Again, Punky's doing every other jam here in this beginning of the second half. Woo! Punky up on one leg, but unable to stay in bounds, trying to get through at the back of the pack. Roadrunner, meanwhile, at the front of the pack, is able to get through to get lead jammer for Nashville. Punky is sweeping from side to side. And I think Punky might have made it through. Yes, Punky is through. In the meantime, Roadrunner is engaged in the pack on a scoring pass. Roadrunner gets through and calls the jam after scoring 4 points. Nice work there by Punky, though, to get out of the pack and force that call off. IJRD is really working on trying to not let Nashville run this as much as in the first half, but they're really working hard to try and force that call off to keep the point scoring by Nashville to a minimum. Evil C on the line for IJRD. And Calamity on the line for Nashville. Evil C juking to the inside, juking to the outside. Calamity finding space at the front. Evil C up on toe stops, has one jammer to get through, or blocker to get through, and is through about a quarter track behind Calamity. Both jammers speeding up. Calamity entering into the pack. Evil C also in the pack. Calamity decides to score it, but I think both jammers were able to score points there. Let's see. Ooh, nope. Evil C was not able to snag. Oh, wait, never mind. Evil C was able to snag, looks like 3 points. Outscoring Nashville there. Punky on the line again, up against Poison Ivy. A quick penalty being called on the Nashville jammer. Poison Ivy will be headed to the penalty box. I think that is now her 5th penalty, as Punky takes a hit to the outside, but thought she legally could re-enter but could not, and is being called on a, oh, I can't tell what she's being called on. I don't think it was a track cut. I'm waiting to see. Yep, track cut. So this is going to be a jammer switcheroo, or a do-si-do, or a shenana jam. All those different things that I've heard it called, where jammers switch spots. So now Punky will sit for as long as Poison Ivy sat, which I think was the full 30 seconds. Nope, it isn't. Punky's already standing. I love it when I get proven wrong when I'm saying something, like in the moment. Punky's already out of the box, and in there we have 1:08 left, so this jam is going to go the full 2 minutes. More people visiting the box. Punky just has to get past one more, takes a huge hit from Mac Attack, pushing Punky to the outside, and Punky is getting pulled all the way back. Nice job by Mac Attack there to make it through, like push out at the front of the pack and make it all the way through to the back of the pack to pull Punky back there. Poison Ivy headed to the box again. I think that's going to be penalty number 6 now for Poison Ivy. We'll have to look again after this one, but Poison Ivy headed, so that's another power jam here for IJRD, who've brought their total to 90, as Punky is still fighting to make it through this, I believe, first scoring pass. Poison Ivy is standing in the box. Punky is trying to find that any sort of space to pull this pack apart at the front, as Poison Ivy comes in to a quadruple of blockers. Quadruplet of blockers? A square of blockers. A diamond of blockers. A blocktopus. Yes, a blocktopus, because there's 8 legs. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 8. Yes, that's from Johnny Pepper, who is currently announcing at WIFTA Champs this weekend. Wouldn't it be nice to have Johnny Peppers here announcing with us for IJRD and Nashville Junior Roller Derby? This is just as good as Champs, you know. I mean, we've got dog jokes. Felony jamming for Nashville, and Evil C for IJRD. Felony is through for lead jammer for Nashville. Evil C trying to, oh, there's a little bit of a tumble up there, but Evil C able to recover, get up on those toe stops, and dash out of the pack. After Felony goes through for 4 points, sees Evil C is out of the pack, and decides to call the jam. 18 minutes left in this game, as there is an official timeout being called. The officials are discussing something. Let's look at these penalties. So Lily has 1, 2, 3, that's still 6. So Lilyhammer is still in the game. I haven't seen her out much, so I'm guessing she's sitting. But yep, I was right. I thought Poison Ivy got to 6. So both of them are looking at only one more penalty before the game is done. But other than that, everybody is staying pretty low there. Do you mind if I tell some dog jokes, Sirius? Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Why did the cowboy get a wiener dog? He wanted to get along, little doggy. They're getting better. Ooh, Sirius gave that one a compliment. Which dog breed loves living in the Big Apple? You're not going to like this one. A New Yorkie? Nope, you didn't. I thought, okay, why aren't corgi jokes funny? Because they're all really short. You laughed at that one. My dog's not fat. He's just a little husky. That's cute. Our dog is not fat. His name is Tater Tot because he literally looks like a tater tot because he's at that puppy stage where he's just like round, and then he has these 4 little legs that kind of stick out. He's a potato. He's a tater tot. He's a little potato. His name Tater Tot. Although on Thanksgiving, can I call him Sweet Potato? He's so cute. He's not really very red like a sweet potato, though. He's more blonde. Anyway. Why are there no losers in a dash hound race? They're all wieners. Why are border collies such good listeners? Because you can tell they really heard you. Because they're herding dogs. What are you pointing at, Sirius? Oh, track repair. We are repairing the track. It's important that our track is well taken care of. Thank you so much to all of our volunteers who help us out with things like track repair. We've also got medics on site at all times. Skaters are not allowed to skate at all unless we have medics right trackside ready to help out. And those EMTs today, trackside, are Mike Turner and Janae Matlock. So thank you very much to them for being here just in case there's any sort of injuries. We have got a power jam happening for Nashville. So I'm not sure what happened during that penalty because I don't think we ended with Evil C in the penalty box, but we certainly started this next jam with Evil C in the penalty box. So Calamity has a power jam here. And find some space. She kind of pulled everybody to the outside and then juked to the inside to get through for lead jammer for Nashville. Evil C is now standing in the penalty box and has now entered the pack. He will not be scoring any points yet. He has to get through the pack first. So he comes sliding in, and Calamity does decide to call the jam. And that will be a short one with 18 minutes left in this game. Rocket Man and John Walker rooting for Nashville. All-Stars IJRD up to 90. Nashvillans up to 158. I feel like IJRD is just they're chipping into the lead a little bit. They're getting, just right there. We've got 17 and a half minutes left. Oh, a little bit of a banana jam with everybody kind of falling down. And Roadrunner takes that opportunity to grab lead jammer, but Evil C is going to be chasing Roadrunner down, and no points are going to be scored in this jam as Roadrunner decides to call the jam before any points can be scored. Felony on the line for Nashville and Punky Bruiser for IJRD. Both jammers sharing a quick little chat and a smile before this jam starts. I always love seeing that camaraderie between the players before we start a jam. And then as soon as the whistle blows, though, it's usually time for business. Oh, another Nashville supporter, Angie Walker. We got a lot of people watching from Nashville. Nice to see y'all. We had our first game in Kentucky a few weeks ago, like a month and a half ago. We were, where were we? Owensboro, Kentucky. And so Nashville is, you know what? I said Nashville, Kentucky earlier. Nashville's totally in Tennessee. Geography is always an issue for me. I am so sorry, Nashville. I know that you're in Tennessee. I don't know why I said Nashville, Kentucky, and I've been thinking about it for the last hour and a half since I said it at the beginning. Can you go back and edit the beginning when I said Nashville, Kentucky?
In perpetuity.
In perpetuity, Nashville is now in. I bet you. I know there's a Nashville, Indiana. I bet you there is a Nashville, Kentucky. Gosh, I actually know Nashville's in Tennessee. I go there for work sometimes. I was just there for work 2 months ago. But lots of Nashville love in the comments from people who know that it's in Tennessee. Evil C is jamming for IJRD, but, and he's getting lead. Calamity is chasing Evil C down. I think that's Calamity. It is. Calamity's taking a second to get up, and looks like something might be going on, and we're going to have Calamity checked out. I don't know if it's equipment. I think it might have been more of an equipment malfunction, but looks like it might have been an injury, and so people were worried that that Calamity was injured, so that jam was called for injury, which is something that is important to do to check on skaters when we're worried that something might be wrong. But it looked to me like a knee pad might have fallen off, which so during this time out, I will tell you a few more jokes because that's what I do. Okay, what did the Dalmatian say when he finished dinner? That hit the spot. Not a great one. What type of... Oh, no, I'm not telling that joke. Sorry, it has a swear word in it. It's never fun when I tell you that there's a joke that I can't tell you. Anyway, what is a herding dog's favorite game? Hide and sheep. Nobody's laughing. What's the most popular dog breed among magicians? The Labracadabrador. Come on, that one's funny. A magician's dog, a Labracadabrador. It's just really fun to say. These are not from Laffy Taffy Rappers, I promise. Come on, a Labracadabrador is fun. What do you call a dog that's playing outdoors in winter? A chili dog. What is Dracula's favorite breed of dog? A bloodhound. Mm-hmm. Yep. What's a dog's favorite position to play in football? Golden receiver. Why are skeletons afraid of dogs? Yep, because they're made out of bones. Good one. Let's see. Oh, Derby's about to start again, maybe. Maybe? Why are we jumping? Oh, stretching. This is not going to be long enough for these junior skaters. They like to get more tired. I feel like they should have like double games. Mm-hmm. Just ask them to go again. I bet you at least half of them would be like, sure. Juniors just have so much energy. Our teenagers, you know, it's interesting because you know how dogs get the zoomies? We have noticed as parents, Sirius and I, that teenagers also get the zoomies. And our kids will come out usually about 9 o'clock at night and they just like pace. They'll like run around the couch sometimes. They'll open the kitchen door multiple times. Yeah, they hop. They do. They jump. They try to touch the ceiling, door frames. And that's their version of the zoomies. So the puppy and the kids. All right, back to the Derby. Evil C, jamming for IJRD, and Roadrunner for Nashville. Thank you, Abby, for using your member-exclusive emoji of joke alert. I know these aren't great, but they're what we get, and we never said they were good jokes. We said it's good Derby. We didn't say it's good jokes. Evil C is lead, but Roadrunner is in front of Evil C. They both have scored. Evil C has scored 8 to Roadrunner's 4. Both in the pack. Evil C sliding through. Beautiful work there to get through while Roadrunner's getting pulled to the back. Seems to have paid off here for Evil C to decide to run this jam. Roadrunner is through for another 4 points, but Evil C has now broken the century mark for IJRD, has gotten 12 points, and looks like he's still going to run it as Roadrunner is entering the pack on another scoring pass with a little jump over the inside corner. Roadrunner is through as Evil C does his own jump in response, bringing his total to 20, what I believe is the highest jam so far for IJRD. Roadrunner is making her way through, but IJRD is doing such a good job of recycling to the front. Evil C through for another 4 points, bringing that total to 24. Wow, great job. And a track cut being called on Roadrunner, who is headed to the penalty box. So this will now be a power jam, but it will only go about 10 seconds. So the next jam will be another power jam. 28 points for Evil C and IJRD. Wow. That was a great jam for IJRD. And now they will start this next jam as a power jam. Roadrunner will start from the box with about, I think, 20 seconds left on that penalty. So Punky Bruiser and IJRD will have about 20 seconds to not only grab lead jammer, but also see if they can grab a few points before Roadrunner comes out of the box. That jam has begun. Punky is in that pack, up on one leg, and is through for lead jammer. Pack is preparing for her to come back around. Roadrunner is standing with the star in hand, so might be thinking about looking for the pivot. Oh, Punky coming through and tried to do that one leg again, got pushed to the outside and is slowed down a little bit as Roadrunner comes into the pack. Pivot in front, but looks like Roadrunner's not going to need to pass it to the pivot because they are through. No points scored yet, as that was their initial. Roadrunner is racing around on a scoring pass. Punky is not calling. Roadrunner did a beautiful apex jump on the inside to steal 4 points. Punky a little bit late on that call off meant that, oh, wait, did she not get the 4 points? I thought she got the 4 points. Hold on, let me wait to see. Yep, 4-4. John Walker says, Roadrunner. Yeah, that was great. Beautiful apex jump there by Roadrunner. Felony on the line against Evil C. "12 minutes left in this game as the IJRD All-Stars have definitely made a bit of a statement, but Nashvilleans are going to be making it difficult. That's not Raging Cajun, that is Felony, jamming for Nashville. And getting through, grabbing 4 points and calling the jam before Evil C can score any points. Another quick hit it and quit it jam there for Nashville, bringing them to 190. All-Stars at 122. Wow, they were under 100 like 2 jams ago. That was really... I feel like junior games, the score can just all of a sudden start ticking up and things can change very quickly. A timeout being called by IJRD All-Stars. So this might, with 11 minutes left, this could be the end of the jokes here, people. I know you're very sad. Maybe not. I tried to trick my dog into eating a healthy snack, but he didn't bite. What kind of car does a dog drive? What kind of car would a dog named Carlos Sainz drive? Serious. A Ferrari. That was a clue, get it? And because I have to bring up F1 racing, because it is a F1 racing weekend, and Carlos Sainz from Ferrari is one of our favorites. I'm just explaining the joke to people who are like, who the heck is Carlos Sainz? He drives a Ferrari. Let's see. Why did the boy name his dog 10 Miles? So he could tell his teacher he walked 10 miles every day. Why are conjunctions dogs' favorite part of speech? Dogs love butts. That's actually funny. The top of 2 hams. That's from a movie. Butts are the top of 2 hams. Top of 2. Carl says, let's go Indianapolis. They're doing great. Both teams have just been doing a wonderful job here. Mac Attack taking the star and getting lead jammer for the first time this game. Punky Bruiser, meanwhile, took a little bit of a tumble and has taken a second to respond. Mac Attack through the pack to score 4 points for Nashville. A couple more of those, and Mac Attack might bring Nashville to the 200 mark, as Punky Bruiser is now out of the pack and coming around on a scoring pass. Mac Attack looking back, decides to call the jam, but not before scoring another point for Nashville, bringing their total to 195. Roadrunner is taking the star and getting a high five from Snow Fright from IJRD. Again, a little bit of love between teams. Always good to see that camaraderie. And Soul Crusher, who usually takes that pivot, is got the star on and will be the jammer for IJRD in this next jam. We only have 10 minutes left, Sirius. It's been fun seeing y'all and chatting with you. I can't believe it's only one game today. But it's always fun to do a little surprise game. Even though we said we were done for the year, I guess we're doing one more. One more. All right, Roadrunner is your lead jammer for Nashville. Soul Crusher is trying to push that tripod apart and has done so and is out of the pack as Roadrunner is currently engaged in the pack trying to pull them forward and does so calling the jam. Oh wait, not lead anymore. Oh wait, she is lead. Oh, that was confusing. There's a little bit of confusion. Roadrunner was trying to call it. Oh, it looks like there was she was tapping her hips. Instead of tapping them at the same time, she was tapping one and then the other. So it was like tap, 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 and that doesn't count. You have to tap both of them at the same time to actually call the jam. So she had to kind of refigure and tap, tap correctly, and then the jam was called. Evil C on the line for IJRD and Felony for Nashville with a timeout, official timeout being called. What do dogs get after they graduate from obedience school? Their masters. Don't get it. Like a master's degree? Obedience school. Their I don't get it. Okay. How do dog catchers get paid? By the pound, not by the dog. Dogs are terrible with boundaries. They don't stand up for themselves. They roll over. What's the difference between dogs and marine biologists? Dogs wag their tails and marine biologists tag their whales. That one was funny. Okay, Derby. Derby's happening. Evil C is lead jammer for IJRD. Felony with a little apex jump is thwarted by Lilyhammer, who is going to pull her to the back. Evil C is through for 4 points. Carl, are these mixed teams? So junior roller derby is always going to be mixed. There is no women's and men's roller derby in juniors, so you're always going to have mixed teams when it is juniors, which is 18 and under. Oh, a huge hit from Lilyhammer on Felony to push Felony to the outside. Evil C getting through for another 4 points for IJRD. You know, I know that we're not choosing, like, what's it called, MVPs for the game, but if I was to choose MVP jammer, woo! Evil C with a beautiful little apex jump to grab another 4 points for IJRD. Evil C would be my MVP jammer for Indianapolis, and my MVP jammer for Nashville would definitely be Felony. And they are both out there right now. Do you have any MVP jammers that you have noticed today, or MVP blockers? Oh no, I gave Evil C my MVP jammer and then he went to the penalty box. It's like really bad juju. I didn't mean to do that. So anyway, this is now a power jam for Nashville and Felony. How about blockers? What MVP blockers are? It was not a stupid question, Carl. We are welcoming of all questions, and we do not think if you don't know something, it's not a stupid question because you need to know. So it's okay to ask it. We welcome questions here. Evil C went for a track cut, and he is currently standing in the penalty box and will be coming out in a minute. Nashville, in the meantime, has gone over that 200 mark. Carl, I love it when you tell them you've always believed in them. It helps because I feel like it was my fault he went to the penalty box because I just gave him MVP jammer. Just, you know, in my own imaginary. Like, these have no weight. This is just me deciding who gets MVP. Let's see, blockers. I've really liked Mac Attack on Nashville, who has done a really good job. So I think that might be my MVP blocker. And even though she's sitting at 6 penalties, I think Lilyhammer would be my MVP blocker. And I mean, she was just in that last jam and did a great job holding Roadrunner, not the last jam, but 2 jams ago. So Lilyhammer would be my MVP blocker for this game so far. Punky getting a penalty, so this will be a power jam for Roadrunner and Nashville. Roadrunner now has lead jammer. IJRD has done such a good job of catching up here to Nashville. They brought it to within almost 50, but these penalties are just hurting them. Like, that is what is making this really tough for IJRD, because they've had a few jammer penalties recently that really have, it is difficult when you lose your jammer for 30 seconds. That can really affect a jam and the scoring within it. So Roadrunner is through for 4 more points. Coming around again on a second scoring pass here. Punky now is back in the pack and trying to get through on her initial. Taking these hits and staying in bounds with great strength. Punky is small, but definitely has that great control to be able to stay in bounds, and comes around forcing that call off there with 5 minutes left in this game. These kids are doing such a great job. I normally wouldn't say these kids because, you wouldn't want to do that, but these actually are kids, so I can say these kids are doing a great job. So proud of them. And they've got a lot of tenacity and just, stick-to-itness. Okay, we're in another timeout. This is what I'm thinking is the last timeout, so I got to find some actual good jokes. Although that whale one, well, that whale one was real good. Let's see. What is the difference between a man and a dog? A man wears trousers, a dog pants. That wasn't good, was it? My dad adopted a dog from the local blacksmith. As soon as he got home, he made a bolt for the door. Okay, we're done. Oh, you actually liked that one? Ghost on the line for IJRD. And I can't see. Oh, there we go. Thank you for moving over, Calamity, so I could tell who you were. Calamity jamming for Nashville. They are lined up like one in front of the other here. Tiptoes, both jammers. Calamity running to the inside line, getting lead jammer. Ghost swinging their hips around, is going to have to try and get past Mac Attack, who is pulling Ghost to the back. Calamity coming in on a first scoring pass, is trying to sneak by the outside. Ghost gets a track cut, and so this will be another power jam for Nashville, as Ghost is going to be waiting in the penalty box. Calamity on that scoring pass, getting slowed down, it looks like, by Lilyhammer. And a couple more blockers there. Lilyhammer chasing Calamity down. Oh, Calamity staying on 1 foot. Did go out of bounds just a little bit there, but there was nobody to cut, so you're okay when you do that. Calamity back in the pack again on this power jam for Nashville. All 4 blockers, a blocktopus with 8 legs, focusing on stopping Calamity. Calamity is able to get through as Ghost comes back into the pack from the penalty box. Ghost is swinging from side to side. Calamity coming in on a third scoring pass, meets Lilyhammer and 3 more blockers and is able to get through. The IJRD blockers coming back to try and help Ghost. Ghost doing a little bit of a spin on the inside, gets through. That was Ghost's initial, so Ghost will now be in a scoring position. Calamity has scored 12 points, takes a hit from Death Pixie in the back, slowing her down, and Calamity calls that jam before any points can be scored by Ghost. Sirius is showing me all these numbers. 3 minutes. I'm like, why are you showing me numbers? Yes, that's a number. You are correct. Uh-oh. Is that another penalty? I thought we were done with jokes. Oh, track repair. Well, maybe I have to tell you more dog jokes then. Serious? That sounded so... Yay. Why do dogs float? Because they're good buoys. Oh, did you hear that one on the mic? That was a loud laugh from Sirius. Why should you be careful when it rains cats and dogs? Because you might step in a poodle. Oh, so it's called All-Stars because it's Indianapolis Junior Roller Derby All-Stars. And then it's Nashville Roller Derby Nashvillens. So usually the name on the scoreboard is the name of the team. So like when you watch Corn-Fed play, we are Corn-Fed Roller Derby All-Stars. But like not everybody's quote-unquote all-star team is called All-Stars. So it's the name of the team, not the name of the league. Whereas like the IJRD has actually multiple teams to it. They've got, and the All-Stars are obviously their all-star team. But I don't know. I think I'm going in circles now, but I think I made it clear. What? I didn't start with a question? Oh. The scoreboard does say All-Stars. It's because they're the IJRD is the league and All-Stars is the team. Whereas Nashville Junior Roller Derby is the league. Nashvillens are the team. That's why it says All-Stars. It gets really confusing, Carl, when it's All-Stars, All-Stars. Although, have I seen that before? I think we have. Yeah, then I think they usually try to do something else. Okay, we are trying to get a cut track on the Jammer, Roller Derby 24/7. Eric is letting us know from the track. I love to have trackside reporting here, but that is what this official review is. They are looking for a track cut on Calamity from the last jam. I'm glad you understand, Carl, because I feel like I talked in circles. So we're going to be packing up after this and headed home. We're going to be headed home after this to hopefully the kids have done a good job with taking care of the puppy. So we're going to be heading home to take care of the puppy, and we're probably going to listen to / watch champs in the car on the way home. So definitely excited to see some more of those games today. We watched a few yesterday, and always fun to watch that high-level derby and listen to some of my announcer friends who get to be announcing at champs. And you know, they take it much more seriously than I do. They definitely do not tell as many silly jokes. But, you know, we've just got a different kind of vibe over here, and that's okay. Speaking of, let me see if I've got any more good jokes for us. What kind of outdoor markets do dogs despise?
Flea market.
Yes, flea markets. Woo! Christy Lee for the win on that one. Uh-huh.
On this end here, they will not retain. The person that knocked them also went down, so it lost position.
Oh, okay. So remember when I was talking earlier about the fact that I noticed the jammer go out of bounds, and I was like, well, maybe it's because she didn't pass anybody. But the person who pushed her out of bounds, which is what I didn't see, was that there was an IJRD blocker who pushed her out of bounds. They fell. And so because they fell, they didn't have to cede position. If that blocker behind her had not fallen and had stayed upright and in bounds, then that would have been considered a track cut, and she would have gone to the penalty box. But they do not retain their official review, so we will continue with 3 minutes left in this game. Carl says they were discussing the plot to John Wick 3. Was there really a John Wick 3? Have they made 3 of those movies? I've never even seen one of them. All right, Evil C and Poison Ivy both out of the pack. Evil C is lead, however, and this crowd is getting real loud as Evil C is running to the pack. And we are going to run this jam as well. Both jammers through for 4 points. Oh, I love it when the crowd gets so loud. Evil C coming around again on a second scoring pass. Ooh, an attempted straight pecs jump. Love those. Both jammers, it's so interesting. Both jammers sailed through last time, and now both jammers are stuck. Just completely stuck this time. Good recycling to the front by IJRD. Poison Ivy trying to stretch that pack out to the front. Takes a hit out from Snow for right and is forced to recycle. Takes another hit out from Mad Max, but is able to stay in bounds and continue. So Poison Ivy is through. Evil C trying to get out. There's 2 minutes left in this game. Evil C gets through, calls the jam. And I think that's going to be an even 8-8 for each team in that jam. And now we've got another official review. They really just love my dog jokes today. Like, this feels like a basketball game with the amount of stoppage we're having at the end of the game. It's very serious. Yeah, these two teams are, like, competitive. So we're not going to just, like, let somebody sail away with anything. Like, they're going to be very serious about Oh wow, the coach for the Nashville team is a lot like me, and she's using her arms a lot, just like I do when she's talking. You see, she probably does what I do, which is I throw pens when I'm talking. I threw my pen at the beginning of the game, and it's still on the ground, and I haven't had it. See, it's over there. I threw it like an hour ago, around the time that I said Nashville was in Kentucky.
Disgusted with yourself?
I'm all over the place. It's okay. That's the kind of fun we have here. Okay. Y'all are lucky that I keep lots of good jokes. What kind of dog likes taking a bath every day? Not our new dog. He's kind of not sure about it. Well, no, he didn't like it at first, and then he got used to it. But it's a shampoodle.
Their official review, they asked for a track cut on Black Jammer, and it is getting penalized as Black Jammer got track cut.
Thank you very much. Blue was asking for a track cut on Black Jammer, and their official review will be retained. And so we will start the next jam with a power jam for Nashville, as the Black Jammer will be starting the next jam in the penalty box. But the rest of the team doesn't know that yet, so they're still discussing it. We just happen to know it a little bit early. So this will be a power jam for Nashville. I love that Carl is making up his own stories. Now they're talking about how Wizard of Oz syncs with Dark Side of the Moon, the Pink Floyd album. I have always wanted to do that. There's a certain point where you're supposed to start the Wizard of Oz movie, and I've never done it, but I think that would be really fun to do sometime. Like, that would be really fun. Okay, looks like Roadrunner is going to be on the line for Nashville to start this next jam with 1 minute and 51 seconds left. This could be the last jam of the game if this goes the full time. Yep, I didn't think so. The first whistle, which is usually the "this whistle does not start the jam" whistle, which means, but everybody started playing. They were ready to go. Are they going to issue a penalty for any of that? Do they get a penalty? No, you don't get a penalty for starting, like, right? It's just you have to be in the right spot when it starts. I don't know. I'm making rules up now. And I don't think we have any. Usually we have some refs or NSOs in our chat. Oh! A straight pecs jump over Punky Bruiser to get lead jammer. Nice job, Roadrunner. Beautiful. Beautiful work there on this power jam as Evil C waits in the penalty box with 1 minute and 33 seconds left. And Roadrunner does a little bit of a spin on the inside as that pack has stretched out. Evil C is standing in the penalty box and has now been released from the penalty box as Roadrunner, who has scored 4 points, is coming around to try and score another 4 and does a beautiful little apex jump on turn 3. Oh, Evil C answering with an apex jump of his own. Will be chasing Roadrunner down. Roadrunner has scored 8 points. Evil C now in scoring position. We have 1 minute left in the period clock. Roadrunner does call the jam, and we will have one more jam in this game. As I always ask for you to do is, if you have somebody you want to shout out, you want to say something wonderful you saw someone do, go ahead and do so in the chat, as a lot of these skaters like to rewatch this later, and they would love to hear some positive, great things from you. If there's anything that you saw a certain skater do, or a team do, or even an official or a volunteer, you can shout them out and tell them good job in this last minute of the game. Felony getting lead jammer for Nashville on line against Lilyhammer. Woo! Who is out. You know what? I love it. Take somebody who has 6 penalties and be like, guess what? She made it all the way through the game, because even if she gets a penalty now, this game is done. I'm sorry. I'm talking with my hands and I'm throwing Sirius's equipment everywhere. It's very exciting, Sirius. I'm sorry for hitting all your equipment. Lilyhammer and Felony both slowed down in the pack, and look who's coming out. It's Lilyhammer. who takes a little bit of a hit from Mac Attack but is able to stay in bounds. The period clock has run out, so we are at jam time only. This game is almost over. Felony still, where did Felony go? Where did Lily go? They're all there. Okay, Lily is still in the pack, working her way through. Taking a hit to the outside. Felony is in the box, so we have 51 seconds, and we are going to use all 51 seconds of it. Felony is no longer lead jammer, as she did go to the box. Lilyhammer through for another 4 points for IJRD. Felony back out of the penalty box, back into scoring position. Lilyhammer headed to the box with 30 seconds left in this jam. Lilyhammer will actually foul out of this game at the very end of the game. She went, oh no, she's not. It wasn't a penalty. She was able to come back in and keep going. So she got 4 more points for IJRD. So it looks like she thought she had a penalty but didn't. Felony in the pack has gotten through for 12 points. Lilyhammer also with 12 points. 6 seconds left in this game. It has been such a delight being here with all of you and enjoying this game with you. We now have an unofficial score of, I'm giving it a second just in case they're going to add any points. Nashville 260. IJRD All-Stars 162. What a fun game. Everybody did such a wonderful job, worked so hard, and that was just a delight to announce. And it was nice to get a break from the brand new puppy. Hopefully he didn't destroy our house while we were gone. And thank you all for being here. Thanks again to our camera people, Christy Lee and Heath. Thanks to all of our NSOs and all of our officials. John Walker saying, way to go, Nashville Junior Roller Derby. A big congrats to both teams. It was delightful to watch, and hopefully you enjoyed not only the great derby, but also the bad jokes. Again, we will be back in 2025 with more Derby Date Night, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel to find out where you can see us next. Also, if your team is working on their schedules for 2025, we will be having a new interest form pinned at the top of our Facebook page. If you want us to come film your roller derby, go ahead and be on the lookout for that interest form at the top of our Facebook page. You can fill it out and you can request Derby Date Night to come to your league. We would love to see you, and we would love to come for a Derby Date Night in your town. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day, and happy November.